Hi students, welcome back to SRK English Academy. Today we discuss the short story What is My Name written by P. Satyavati. Let's know about the author. And What is My Name? It's a short story, original written in Telugu by Satyavati. It is translated into English by Vadre Vijayalakshmi and Rangarao. Satyavati is a Telugu writer. She was born in Kolkaluru, Tenali. Her parents are Satyanarayana Desiraju and Kanakadurga. She has a postgraduate degree in English literature and she worked as a lecturer, English lecture as an English lecturer until 1998. She received Kendra Sahitya Academy Award in the translation category for her book Nizam Cheptunna Oka Hijra Atmakatha. So this book's English title is The Truth About Me, a Hijra Life Story. And she received a prestigious award recently, that is a Kuvempu National Award. And she was influenced by the writings of Kodavatiganti Kudumbarao, Malati Chendur, and Ravi Shastri. She has published four short story anthologies, seven novels, and a collection of essays. Her stories are mostly centered on women issues. Characters: Sarada, main character, the protagonist of the short story. She is a housewife in the story, and she is also called as Mrs. Murthy. She forgets her name, and the story is about how she regains her identity is the main theme of the story. Satyanarayana Murthy, he is Sharada's husband. Pramila, Sharada's school friend. Ammai, she is the maid servant in the house of Sharada. And we see other characters, Sharada's parents and her children. So writer didn't mention names of the parents and children in the story. Uh, Themes of the story are main themes of the story: female consciousness, gender equality, and quest for identity. So in the story, the writer advises all the women not to lose their identity in under any circumstances. It is the story of a young educated housewife who forgets her name. Her husband marries her for her beauty and the dowry offered by her father. And after her marriage, her husband says to her, "Look, Amadu, this is your home." Then the housewife immediately starts cleaning the house and she swabs and cleans the floors spotlessly. Her husband praises her for dexterity in cleaning and scrubbing. He says, "You are dexterous at swabbing the floor, even more dexterous in drying the mugulu. Shabash, keep it up." He gives a pat on her shoulder in appreciation. Overjoyed, the housewife began living with swabbing as the chief mission in her life. And one day, while scrubbing the floor, she asks herself, "What is my name?" But she doesn't remember. She thinks about her name, but she doesn't get her a name. She scratches her head. She becomes restless, and the house across the road carries a name board: Mrs. M. Suhasini, MA, PhD, Principal, X College. So she too has a name. So she wants to know her name at any cost. So she decide to ask her maid servant about her name. After finishing her work, she asks her maid servant about her name. "Look, Ammai, do you know my name?" The maid servant says, "What is it, Amma? What do we have to do with the names of mistress? You are only a mistress to us." So the maid servant also cannot give answer to housewife. Then she decide to ask her children. The children come home from school for lunch in the afternoon, and she asks her children, "Look here, children, do you know my name?" They say, "You are Amma. Your name is Amma only." Ever since we were born, we have known only this. We know our father's name because everyone calls him by his name. We know his name. You never told us your name. Even you don't get letters addressed to your name. The children replies. Then she asks her neighbor. So her neighbor says, you know, we know, I know you only has a right hand, a side, white storied house, or a pharmaceutical company's manager's wife, or a fair and tall lady, tall a lady. So she, the neighbor also uh, answer her question. Then she thinks about her children's friends. But what do the children friends say? They only say auntie or Kamala's mother. So then she decides to ask her husband during the night meal. She asks him, "Look here, I've forgotten my name. If you remember it, will you please tell me?" Her husband laughs and says, "What is it, dear? Never has it happened before. You're talking about your name today. Ever since you are married, I have got used to calling you only as MOE. You two never told me not to address you that way because you have a name of your own." So he gives an advice to search her certificates. She may get her name and she may find her name on certificates. So she starts searching for her certificates in the almara. The housewife searches for her certificates in the attic. She cannot find certificates because she has not brought her certificates with her. Her certificates are in her parents' house. So she visits her parents' house and she asks her mother, "Amma, tell me, what is my name?" Her mother answers, "What is it, Amma? You are our elder daughter. You have two children. Your husband has a good job, a very nice person too. Your children are well mannered." So she doesn't get answer from her mother. She searches for certificates in the attic, but she cannot find them. Then she comes across her school friend Pramila. So Pramila shouts, "Sharada, my dear Sharada," and she embraces her. Her calls, her shouts gives a new life to housewife. Pramila says, "You are Sharada. You came first in our school in 10th class. You came first in the music competition conducted by the college. You used to paint good pictures too." So, after meeting Pramila, the housewife becomes very happy because she has got her own name, her original name. And then she returns to her parents' home and fishes out her certificates, her prizes, her old albums, the pictures which she has drawn, and then she goes to her house. So she says to her husband, "Don't call her Emoy Gimoy." And she asks her husband to call her by her name Sharada. "My name is Sharada. Call me Sharada." Understood? So here the housewife regains her identity and she wants to be called by her name, not Emoi Gimoi by her husband. So this is the story of a housewife, how she regains her identity. This is a summary of the short story. What is my name? The summary is useful for your final examination. For detailed notes, please visit my blog, English language lit.blogspot.com. So this is a continuation of summary. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.